Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 25 of this 30-day. What are we talking about? Living an authentic life, 30-day living an authentic life challenge. Today, we're going to have a conversation about purpose. And just like with everything in life, sometimes you get a little thrown off because life throws us unexpected turns. And today, we're going to have a conversation about what that looks like. Because if you are unclear about your purpose, then when you're moving towards what you think is your vision, it'll throw you off. And life often does that to us. It's a slow drift into something that often leads us into a space and place that we never expected. But if you get thrown off too much, that drifting leads to decay. And if you start decaying, things that decay often die off. Drifting is slow, so we don't often pay attention to it. It's like that one day that you miss exercising, or you decide that one bite, it won't hurt. You give in to that depressive moment. And if you do that too long, you don't call anybody. You stop taking calls to people that are checking on you. It's a slow drift. You see, our purpose gives us a way of staying focused. And if you have not yet gone through discovering your purpose, because I've given two different touch points to give you greater insight about what that looks like, because you just may be walking in the middle of it right now. That thing that you do that everybody comes to, yeah, it's a part of your purpose. The experiences that you've had in your life, a part of your purpose. And even those things that you did not like in your life, it was a part of your purpose. Because there's some things in our lives, and I didn't like it when I realized that that was something that I had to go through to deal with my purpose right here and right now today. Because there's some moments that you experience that be like, I didn't want this to happen. The pain was too much at that time. You couldn't figure out why. There was really a lesson in that. And I hear when people say that there's always a blessing and a lesson in the chaos. You don't want to hear that when you're walking through it. But if you are focused on your purpose, then you recognize when you find yourself drifting, how to get back, because your purpose will give you alignment. Your purpose will give you the chance to focus. Your purpose will help you get out of the slow drifts of life. Because sometimes that thing that people often say you were put in to do is to give you some creative moments. Because when you find the bends, if you're used to being in situations that cause you to quickly transition, to make those quick shifts, then you can recapture the thoughts and get back into focus about your purpose. And for many of us, our purpose involves us being creative. Because if you get bored, you lose some of your skills, you don't often function, and then you are not creating. Too many people in this day and age, because there's so much to consume, are not functioning in their purpose because life is giving them too much to consume, or they get bored with the thing that they do because your purpose sometimes mean you have to do that mundane thing. Yeah, like that for those moments, for those of us that are creators. The day in and day out of sitting and watching the screen, sometimes you get bored. But that's where your work lives. That's the thing that you are using to be creative so that others can receive what they need. Writing that book is taking way too long because you don't really feel like sitting down and writing it out or dictating it out. Taking that moment to do the mundane every day until it's done mode can be boring. And if you get bored, you drift. And if you drift, well, I just explained that. So being a creative requires you to do the thing that is necessary, which is why we've had so many different touch points in this challenge. Being intentional because change is coming. Being focused, knowing your purpose helps you get through the process because sometimes it'll take faith to leap off. We're going to walk into a few more of those before we end this challenge. But I want you to know the thing that will help you get really clear about knowing if you're really in your purpose, and if your tongue starts working, you'll know you're in your purpose when you start creating whatever it is, that strategy that you're supposed to be creating. No matter what direction life takes you, if you find that you are creating the things that you created, even if you're not using it in this season, you may be creating it for another season. Because I had no idea when I was writing out the strategies that I needed to get me through my situation was part of my purpose that I use right here, right now, today to give strategies to those individuals that I see trying to walk over the landmines I have already crossed. So, day 25, purpose. Don't get bored. Don't start drifting. It's a slow drift that throws us off course. And if you find that you're stuck in the middle of the mundane moments, it's okay. Just keep pressing. Because the thing that I discovered is that your purpose is often connected to a place. And if that place for you is God and the seat of your soul, then God will direct you and keep you structured and ordered so that your purpose can be found, so that your creativity can be birthed, and so the thing that you're supposed to do for the place that you're supposed to be, you'll fully function in. We're going to talk a little bit more about this. So join me. Go to tanyaehood.com. There you can click and quickly register because we're going to wrap this up with those that are here on Zoom. I encourage you to join me and do it quick because at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are done. But I'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, this is Tanya Ehood walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.